You now tuned in to the Gumptown Podcast. I'm your boy Doug B. We ain't got nothing to talk about, but we got something to talk about. Let's go. Good people, good people, good people. Welcome back to the Gumptown Podcast, episode 87. I'm your boy Doug B. If you tuned in to this podcast, thank you for your time and your attention. I really appreciate you giving this podcast a shot. Today's guest is the founder and owner of JT's Applying Pressure and Assembly, LLC. I'm looking forward to this conversation. I'm sure we'll all be inspired by his story. Let's chop it up with Juan Hargrove. Juan, how's it going, man?
What's up, brother? How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great.
Glad to hear that, man. First things first, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to chop it up with me a few minutes. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate the opportunity, bro.
Yes, sir. Of course, we're here to talk about JT's Applying Pressure and Assembly, LLC. But before we go there, let's get to know the man behind the brand. What's your story?
Okay. My name is Juan Travis Hargrove. A lot of people call me JT. A lot of close friends call me JT. I was born in Montgomery, Alabama, December 5th, 1985. Love my city, man. Look, I never had any type of hatred or disrespect for my city, even though we have a lot going on. But love my city, man. And basically, I grew up in Woodley Park with both of my parents, Julius T. Hargrove and Emma D. Hargrove. And Julius, he actually was the first black postmaster in Lowndes County, with Hayneville, Lowndes County. And that right there kind of was like an inspiration to me, like since I was a little guy, man, to push forward and try to have something of my own or try to match the greatness of my father. And I mean, I graduated from Jefferson Davis High School, 2004. I also attended Alabama State University. Didn't too much finish, but I mean, I tried, man. You know what I'm saying? But I had a few family issues, but I mean, I plan on trying to finish up and going back soon. So hopefully everything will work out with that. And I marched in a band, also played percussion. And that also kind of inspired me to do more with myself too, because music, man, music is like, I don't know how to describe it, man. It's just, music is my favorite thing, man. I love music, I love art, and it just pretty much pushed me in my life to go forward with everything. So, I mean, once I got a little taste of the college life, man, it seemed like I kind of pushed it off a little bit, but some kept pushing me by going to job, working. Like I worked for a few jobs, man. And I'm talking about the past 4 or 5 years, man. I had to work at least 10 or 12 jobs, man. Because I don't know how to explain. I'm just never satisfied with just one thing, you know what I mean?
Right.
But once I got pushed, to think of more, you know what I'm saying? Well, try to progress myself. It all started when I was working at Walmart, man. Like I was working from Walmart from 10 p.m. to 7 in the morning. Then I was going straight from Walmart to rim time at 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at night. And that was like almost every day except the weekends. And at that moment though, I was steady building ideas, steady like putting notes down and figuring things out, seeing equipment, and some just popped in my head. It was like, man, I ought to start a car wash, but it's not gonna be just a regular car wash. Like I'm gonna do mainly focus on detailing and cleaning seats, cause man, believe it or not, man, there's a lot of men and women out here with kids that will destroy a car seat. Like, man, I have seen crayons, food, stuck Skittles, all types of stuff, man, on car seats. So I just gradually started buying stuff as I was working at night at Walmart. And I put like a pressure washer on layaway. Once Christmas came, got the pressure washer out, had all the equipment laid out in my house. I started, and if I'm correct, January I don't know the exact date, but I know it was in January 2022. I actually started washing a few cars at my house. And as I gradually grew onto like, you know what I'm saying, doing more and more vehicles, it kind of helped me out into learning more and more how to detail a car the precise way. Start watching YouTube videos, start, you know what I'm saying, practicing more on my art and my skill.
Mhm.
Then I thought about, hey, man, I mean, I can't only just do this. You know what I'm saying? I want to find other ways because the name applying pressure, it really means to apply pressure on any and everything that you can. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, so I thought about doing assembly because I worked with furniture, man. I did furniture for almost 15 years, like assembling furniture, delivering furniture, and all. At first, I tried to move people. That didn't too much work because you know what I'm at 36 years old now, man, and picking up heavy stuff that's just not me no more.
Right.
So I'm trying to preserve my body a little bit more now.
Right.
So I thought about, so instead of moving, how about I just do assembly? So I assemble furniture, trampolines, bicycles, anything, toys, Christmas toys, whatever. Whatever you need me to assemble, I'll assemble.
Wow,
So I
man.
took that art.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I took that art and made it to JT's applying pressure to JT's applying pressure and assembly.
Yes, sir. No, man, powerful story. I appreciate you sharing your story and just your upbringing and graduated from JD, went on to attend the Alabama State University. So let's stop right there, man. What was that HBCU experience like for you during your time at the Alabama State?
Man, I loved it, man. The best experience ever is the experience in the HBCU, man. I loved it. And I wasn't like I'm not the type to I didn't just go in there and mess up. I literally had a reason why I had to stop. But at the same time, I did have fun too, man. It's just a great experience. The football games, the crowds, the everything, man. The
Mhm.
step shows, what campus life, whatever it is, man. It's just beautiful to be in the HBCU, and I'm very happy that I got to attend Alabama State University. Like I said, I really plan on going back and finishing, but that was the one of the best experiences in my life.
For sure, man. Nothing like the HBCU experience, man. I attended the Alabama State University as well, and it's just cool how you get a chance to meet people from all over, East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, and we all come together and create those great memories over there on South Jackson Street. And ain't no knock on you having to hit pause on it on your college career, man. Ain't no knock on it. Situations happen. You got to do what you got to do. No judgment there. Um, also know you said you marched in the greatest band in the land. So what was that experience like just being in the band?
Man, that was great, man. Like ever since I was like 6 years old, man, one of my cousins, he actually went to Alabama A&M, but he kind of inspired me to be a percussionist and an artist. His name is Tyrus Edwards. Unfortunately, he graduated from Alabama A&M, but I'm not gonna say unfortunately. I just don't like A&M.
For
But
sure.
yeah, he graduated from Alabama A&M, and like I said, he pushed me forward into being a percussionist and all. So, like, I just always dreamed about actually marching against him or you know what I'm saying, playing against him. I didn't get to though. It was just 1 year apart. He graduated in 2003 and I started in 2004. So I missed it by a little bit, but hopefully we'll have some type of alumni, you know what I'm saying, battle of bands or something coming up where I can play against. But
Yes.
man, that was a wonderful experience. Mr. Oliver was one of the greatest band directors I ever, well, Dr. Oliver, let me get that right, was one of the greatest band directors I ever got to meet and never, you know what I'm saying, had like he did the most for us, man. When I say the most, he did the absolute most for us, man. He loved the students. And overall, it was just, if I can go back, man, I would.
Oh yeah,
I
no doubt.
would,
Hey,
man.
hey, I've heard the stories about Dr. O. Like he definitely demands a level of excellence from you all out there in that band, and it showed on the field. Because one thing about that band will come out there and kick butt every game. Nobody wanted to smoke, still don't want
Yeah. Right, right.
it. Yes,
Yep.
sir. So let's move forward. You were talking about your pops, how he inspired you, gave you the entrepreneurial spirit early on when you was a kid, and that's dope. Hats off to your pops. So you were working these jobs, you working at Walmart in Rim Time, you working the graveyard shift at Walmart, then getting off from there, going to Rim Time. I could imagine that you got fed up with that pretty quick because you were pretty much running yourself in the ground.
Yeah, man. Like just getting maybe 2 to 3 hours of sleep every day.
Man,
Two to
that ain't
three
no.
hours of sleep. No, man, it's not. It's not. It's just all part of me trying to figure things out.
Oh yeah.
All part of me trying to figure things out. And like I said, I thank God every day that I did.
Oh yeah, and ain't
And
and ain't no knock on it. Like you did figure it out, and like I said, it was you had an exit plan. Like you got creative. That's the most important thing. I just I just know just the human body, like something like that isn't sustainable for 10 years. Like you can probably do that for a year or two. I mean, I don't know
Yep.
how long exactly did you do it like that?
Ooh, believe it or not, man, a year.
Yeah. My timeline about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, about,
Yep.
about a
And I
year or
sit
so.
here every day wondering, how did I do that, man?
Man, you
Once
had
I
a
learned about myself, man, I got some strong willpower, man.
oh, for sure.
Ooh.
Hey, listen, man. I working that graveyard shift alone ain't no joke. Like the fact that you were doing it at Walmart, and I know you were, and it sounds like you were doing manual labor at both jobs. So you was pretty much getting off one manual labor job, going to another. And like I said, just hats off to
Man,
you.
believe it or not, that round times, that was, ooh, boy, I was actually the person to repo. So yeah,
Mhm.
you know I was trying to get out of that, man.
Mhm. Oh man, you dealt with all type of personalities and all type of stuff, man.
Yeah,
You had to.
yeah,
Cool, man. Well, hey, that's it's all part of your story, man. And like that's great that you were able to, push yourself to do that for a year and then you saw the light at the end of the tunnel and that led to JT's applying pressure in Assembly LLC. You pretty much already covered what you got going on over there. And just take me back to that first sale, that first official client you had, man. What was that experience like? Tell me all about it.
Oh, the first official client I had, man, that was a nervous day for me because it was actually one of my one of the employees that worked with me at Ram Time. And I mean, she, like I said, I started off in my yard. So she brought the car. And to be honest, man, once I started getting into it, it's like that little them butterflies in my stomach and that nervousness, it just gradually went away as I started doing it. And I started like to myself, like, how would I want my car? How would I want my car to look? How would I feel about my car? You know what I mean? So any and every person whose vehicle I do, I try to perfect it and I try to do it. Basically, I try to make it better than how I would have my own vehicle. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. That's a great mindset to have. And if everybody in customer service had that mentality, it won't be no complaints. Like basically, you wash people cars the way you want yours washed. And people who in the
Hmm.
food industry should fix food the way they want theirs fixed. Like, so that's dope that you had that mentality. So after you got done with your former colleague's car, what was her reaction to it?
She said, and I quote, "This looks better than when I bought it off the lot." And man, I kid you not, like I hear that so much nowadays, and like that really brings a warmth to my heart because that lets me know that I'm doing the job and I'm doing it efficient. So when they say that kind of makes me want to go to some of these car lots too and try to see if I can get a contract with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I do have like one car lot that I did with our Wares Fair Road. I haven't too much did a contract with him yet, but he uses me all the time. Hopefully I can go ahead and get that contract created so I can just be his main car washer. But I'm trying to work on trying to get some of these like small car lots, like dependable autos, Boleros, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I
Mhm.
can set up something where I can come almost every week or every 2 weeks, do a few vehicles for them inside and out. And they need somebody to clean. Because some of them seats that, like the car seats, like they have with them vehicles, they are horrible. Man. Like they are horrible. Like sometimes I just act like I'm going to car shop and stuff like that, and I just look around, look at the cars and stuff, and I can see that some of the like they need somebody to really detail some of these cars. You know what I'm saying? Especially that will help them in sales too, because if somebody see like a used car and it looks almost brand new, of course they're gonna go and buy it. So
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm just working on trying to build my profession, get more business, and also like I mean, I do pressure washing too. Now I forgot to bring that up. I
Mhm.
do pressure washing also. I do sidewalks, driveways, houses, mailboxes, anything that you can pressure wash. That came along with the idea of doing assembly because I was like, man, I got a surface clean, I got a pressure wash, so I might as well start doing houses too. And the first house I did, man, it was my house because I ain't I ain't want to go around and mess up nobody's house, or, you know what I'm saying? Especially when I didn't have insurance then, but I'm insured now. But I first did my driveway, then I did the sidewalk, then I did around the house, and I seen how everything looked from how it looked before. I was like, man, I can do this. I can
Hey
do
man,
it.
that's legit. You just started at home because at least, like you said, to your point, if you would have something would have went left, it'd have been on your house and could nobody say nothing about it. So you started at
Right.
home with the pressure washer in the house. And that's dope, man. And it's so, and like even going back to your first customer, man, it's so amazing how you were saying you had those butterflies, but once you got started, got in your groove, all the butterflies went away. And the fact that you were able to get a great review from a woman, because women are very particular, like dudes ain't necessarily finna be too particular about that. But for a woman to say that it looked better than it did when I got it off the lot, just speaks to your quality of work, man. That's dope.
Thank you so much. Thank
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So do you have a story of a customer that brought a car to you that was way far gone and you brought it back to life? What was that like? If you got one, and you ain't gotta say no names or what kind of vehicle it was, but yeah, just take me back through that experience.
Man, the reason I'm laughing because I mean I ain't even I'm not gonna hold it back. It was my uncle. It
Okay.
was my uncle's truck. Man, that thing took me almost a whole day.
Wow.
But I brought it back to life. Yeah, I brought it back to life, man. It was cause see my uncle, Lord, he got sick for a few months, well, almost a year, and like the truck was just sitting. So my cousin called me one time. She was like, "Can I come detail or clean out the truck?" Cause she wanted to start using it, so it won't like just the battery won't die and all that. And plus, my cousin, she actually is the one that owns that coffee shop, that new coffee shop that just opened up downtown.
Okay, what's the name of it?
Man, that's where you got me right there.
No worries. Hey, I do my Googles,
Yeah,
man. But your cousin, but your
yeah,
cousin owns that. Okay.
yeah. Cause she's also a lawyer too, man. But I think it's all in one in that building. Cause that's the exact building I did the truck at. But she called me and said she needed me to clean the truck out so she can like move and haul some of the stuff to open the coffee shop up and everything. Came over there. It took me almost a day, but I mean I got it back right. It was all types of tools and other stuff sitting in there, man, set up, but got my trash bag, got the vacuum, the shampoo and everything. Got it looking back new.
Dope, man. Dope, man. That's you brought it on back to life, man. Much respect to you for that. So
Yeah. Oh
whenever
man,
go ahead.
I was just thinking though, that wasn't the worst. It was one more. It was the
Yeah, hey, don't
Charger.
hey, don't say just don't say no names.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say the name. It
Yeah.
was a Charger.
Okay.
And it was sitting up for she said almost 2 years in the woods, man. Bro, I kid you not, as soon as I opened the door, it was grasshoppers and wasps flying out. It was rat droppings everywhere. It was horrible, man.
Wow.
It was horrible.
Wow.
If
Wow.
I if I can find that picture, I will send it to you in your inbox. Cause I keep majority of my pictures, but if I can find it, I will send it to you in your inbox, man. But I brought that Charger back to life. It went from I didn't even know the real color of the car. It was brown when I got it, but it was actually blue.
Wow,
Like
man.
it was it was a sparkly blue color once I finished.
Wow, man. Brought it all the way back to life, man. Hey, that's what it's all about. I can like I said, I can only imagine how many of those stories you done have and will have in the future, man, because it sounds like you're gonna keep rocking and rolling and expanding. So let's
Yes, sir.
transition. Yes, sir. Let's transition to the next portion. Whenever I have entrepreneurs on the platform, I like to talk about three things: the aha moment, action, and audacity. You've already talked about your aha moment when you first had the idea to go into business for yourself. How long after having your initial aha moment did it take you to get started in business, coming up with a logo and all that good stuff?
I'm gonna say a good it took a good 3 months. It took a good 3 months because, like I said, I started off when I was working at Walmart. Started just buying stuff steadily, putting stuff on layaway. Got it out in December. I'm gonna say 4 months because January is when I actually started. Contacted one of my close friends that I'm always in the band with, got him to make me a logo. You know what I'm saying? Make me a little price list. It was just like you know what I'm saying, just a jump start thing then. Because everything that I have now is actually different and a little bit more better than what I started off with. But got him to create me a logo, and I'm not saying I'm a social media platform, but I have a lot of friends on social media, and I know a lot of people since I was in the band at ASU. Also, just like you explained, we have like it's like a melting pot in HBCUs. You have people from all over the world almost.
Mm-hmm.
So with me knowing majority of those people, I just started putting the logo out there, started putting my price list, and then the first car I did, I put that on there. Then I put a picture of the house, well, my house when I did my driveway and sidewalk, and then people started still contacting me. Then once I started building that customer platform, they start referring me to other people, and those referrals kind of helped me build my business. So it was just like it was, man, it moved pretty fast once I started, man. I can't lie. I didn't expect it to move that fast, but it did, and I was blessed with it.
For
Because
sure,
believe it or
man.
not, man, I don't actually. I'm just working on. I just do my business. I don't actually have a 9 to 5 that I work. I just do my business, and that's been pretty much keeping me steady the whole time.
Hey, and that's dope, man. Not having to hit that clock, man. Like I'm still working a 9 to 5 and doing this on the side. So let's talk about that. What is that like working for yourself?
Man, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, especially with the situation right now I'm having. Because I'm actually my mother's caregiver too. Like I watch my mom also during the day and some evenings. So like sometimes I just make my appointments over here at the crib so I can be a little bit close, unless it's just necessary. I have to be mobile. But it helps me out a lot on that part, man. Because like we got this one thing about it, man. My mom was always there for me, and I said I was gonna make sure I'm there for her. So
Respect.
that's a good thing that I can move on my own time. And also, like, I mean, I don't have to wait on nobody to pay me all day. You know what I mean? It's just,
Right, right.
I mean, unless I'm just paying myself out. Like I pay myself out maybe every 2 weeks, but that's it. Anything else, I just leave in the business account.
Right,
But
man. Man. Much
yeah, man, it's a beautiful experience to just do everything on my own.
Yes, sir. Much respect, man. Make your own schedule. And like you said, you got that convenience of bringing customers to the crib. And much respect to you for caregiving for mom and keeping your word. Like you said, she looked out for you, and now you're getting a chance to return the favor. Much respect.
Thank
Yes, sir. So the last portion, audacity. It takes audacity to not only have an idea, an aha moment, but to actually take action on it, put it out there to the world to be praised or criticized. Who or what gave you that courage, that audacity to actually put JT's applying pressure and assembly out there to the world?
Oh man, my fiance.
Respect.
I just literally got engaged on February the 13th of this
Congrats.
year, and it was her words that kind of helped me. Well, I ain't gonna say kind of, it pushed me because it was just one day she just all of a sudden text me when it was like week 2 of me starting my business. She was like, she's amazed, she's very proud of what I'm doing, and she's never seen, you know what I'm saying? It was just encouraging words, man. It just it touched me, man. Like a lot of folks don't know, like you need something like that sometimes to push you or give you that extra push. And encouraging words always helps out.
For
So she
sure,
gave
man.
me a lot of loving and encouraging words to push me, and that really gave me that factor to push on and move on.
For sure, man. That's amazing. Hey, nothing like a good woman in your life, man. Like just, of course, of course, growing up, we had mom, but as we grow up and grow older, we start to meet the missus to be, and hats off to your fiance for providing those encouraging words because yeah, they may be simple words, but those simple words mean $1 million, especially when you're starting out. And I know when you first got started, there's a whole bunch of uncertainty. You just going as you going with the flow. So for her to be able to tell you, for her to tell you she was proud of you and all that good stuff, man. I know it meant the world to you, man. Amazing stuff.
Yeah, it did. Thank you so much.
Ah, no doubt, man. So JT is applying pressure in assembly. You've done great things, and I know great things are coming down the pipeline, which leads to my next portion, vision. What are your short-term and long-term goals for the business?
Well, short term goals right now, man. I'm trying to expand a little bit more so I can move a little bit outside the city. Like I want to try to hit some of the areas like Birmingham or you know what I mean? Like travel a little bit more. Now that's just for the houses. I ain't gonna say just for detailing. If I
Mhm.
have to, I mean I will if the price is right. But um trying to get to basically I want to get my account to at least 10 or above before the end of the year so I can get me some more efficient equipment, get me stuff that I can like. I'm working on getting a skid, man, like a hot water pressure skid, so I can
Mhm.
just not unload and load stuff up in the truck and trailer. Where all I have to do is just pull the hose pipe out and start working. That right there would really help as far as time and efficiency, especially with hot water. Hot water, it actually will get that grease and that gunk up off of sidewalks, houses, driveways, anything. It'll help out a lot with the hot water. You know what I'm saying? So I'm basically trying to work on getting some better equipment. Long term goals, I want to expand my business. Like I want to take it more than just Montgomery, Alabama. I want to have a JT as applying pressure. Maybe one day in Houston, maybe one day, you know what I mean? Like I want it to grow. And
Mm-hmm.
I visualize this going more than just in this city and just being like a mobile detailing company from Montgomery, Alabama. Like I could see it everywhere, man. So
Yes, sir. No, those are great goals,
yeah,
man, both short term and long term. And I have no doubt you'll make them all come to fruition.
yes, sir. That's how I actually started off. I made a short term goal when I was talking about the 5 cars a day.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I added it up. If I just do a wash and vacuum, back then I started off doing $20, like just for a wash and vacuum. That was before I started getting taxed by the state. So I was doing $20. You know, $20 a car. That's $100, man, within a
Right.
day. If
Mm-hmm.
you make $100 in a day, man, you are good, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that that's what you gotta mainly focus on, just making $100 a day, but $100 a day is actually more than what you're making a 9 to 5 in some of these 9 to 5s too,
Mm-hmm.
especially with them taxing. So I started off with that. Now I'm at $30 for a wash and vacuum. Um, for a light pressure detail, my light pressure detail, that's a wash and vacuum. On the little mo detail, like you know what I'm saying? That's mainly like vinyl cleaning, deep interior cleaning, no shampooing, but it's like me making the inside look brand new without me having to shampoo the carpet and the seats. That's what mainly more cars are like with leather seats and stuff like that. The
Mm-hmm.
full pressure detail, that's $125 for sedans, 140 for SUVs, and 155 for trucks. That's mainly me shampooing the seats, carpets, bringing it back to life. You know what I mean? Like making it a brand new car. And with me looking at those prices, man, like you can do a lot with that, man. Like for real,
Oh
especially if
yeah,
you know
for
how to
sure.
yeah, especially if you know how to manage your money correctly. Like it things like that will work out. That's why I said I just wanted to strictly just like that was my choice to just strictly just do my business and not another job or a 9 to 5 because I wanted to see how it would work or how it would go. You know, you never know unless you just take that leap in life. So I went on and took that leap, man.
Hey man, that's a bar, man. And like you were just saying, $100 a day, nah, that ain't no chump change, especially when you getting it off the backs of your own skill set. You ain't waiting on somebody to cut you a check. Like $100 for going out there and doing and working for yourself, like paying yourself $100 or making $100 from your own skill set that's not tied to it's not tied to a W-2. That's a big deal for sure.
Hmm. Right. Right.
Cool, man. So what was well, not sure if you even shared it with your coworkers before you left. Did you even tell your coworkers what you were about to do when you left Walmart, that you were about to go into business for yourself?
Hey, they had, to be honest, man, they started questioning me because they always see me walking up towards the car,
Yeah.
like the car section at Walmart. Like I always go there almost every day and pick up
Mhm.
some. And
Mhm.
they'd be like, man, you be washing your car like that? And I'd be like, no, man. I just went on one day, I just went on and told them straight up. I said, man, I'm finna start my car washing business. They're like, man, that's cool, that's cool. And then when I came in with the business cards that day, they knew for sure then I wasn't playing.
That's all right,
Yep.
man. Hey, that's all right. And it's dope that they were supportive of you, but whether they supported you or not,
Mhm.
you was out of there anyway. Anyway.
Yep. Yep.
Nah, man, for sure.
Yep.
That's dope. So as we wrap up the podcast, man, I want to ask $1 million question. I started this podcast to highlight the greatness of the city, whether you were born here or lived here for a significant period of your life. You being a
Mhm.
hometown hero, I want to ask you, man, what makes you the most proud to be from the Gump?
Man, the history, man. Like this is a real historical city. A lot of people don't understand. It's a real historical city, man. And the growth. Like a lot of people miss out on this, but the city is growing almost every day, man. There's more businesses, more black businesses also in Montgomery than a little. Then it's
Mhm.
the art, the city is beautiful, man. Like if you just take time to just take it in, look at it, learn more about the city, you'll see, man. It's a lot to do. It's a lot to learn from it. And I mean, it's a good city to grow and retire.
Yeah, for sure, without question. Like, hey, I'm born and raised here myself, and a lot of people who I grew up with, they went on to bigger cities, and really sleeping on Montgomery, and hats off to you
Yeah,
for starting your business at home because you could have easily went to Birmingham or Atlanta and kicked this off, but you stayed at the crib, man. Respect.
thank you so much. And
Yes,
man,
sir.
much respect to the podcast, man. This is a beautiful thing you got going too, man. I really enjoy talking to you on here too, man.
Oh man, I appreciate it, man. Likewise, man. But and hey, I started it, like I said, just to highlight people like yourself that's in the Gump doing great things because people sleeping on the Gump, but they won't be sleeping on us too much longer because hey, we got something to say,
No,
man.
right, right,
So
right.
yes, sir. So how can people connect with you, Juan? What are your social media handles?
Okay, my social media, Facebook is JT's Applying Pressure and Assembly LLC. Or you can follow me at Juan Hargrove on Facebook. TikTok, it is JT's Applying Pressure. Also on Instagram is it's only Applying Pressure 334 on Instagram. And if you
Okay.
need to contact me by phone, you can reach me at area code 213-926-7144. I apologize about the 213 area code, but that's the only thing I could get at the moment. So
Don't apologize,
area
man.
code 213-926-7144. Feel free to call me, get in contact with me, message me for any appointments, bookings, or anything. Or if you just need a inspiring words or anything, you feel free to give me a call.
Hey, yes, sir. Ain't no knock on the 213. Hey, I wouldn't tie my personal number to the business anyway. You got to keep those things separate, you know. I respect
All right.
it.
All right.
Cool, man. Well, hey, of course, I'll put all this information in the description of the episode. And Warren, man, thanks again for the conversation. I really appreciate you.
Man, I appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
It was nice meeting you. Nice talking to you, man.
Yes, sir. Likewise. Good people. That concludes another dope episode of the Gumptown Podcast. In the meantime, in between time, y'all know what to do. Be blessed, be safe, but most importantly, have the audacity to be you. Go on. Thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate your time and your attention. Until next time.